This is the ASUS Chromebook Flip CX5400. It is a very expensive Chromebook that costs $1,000 in the US, and like all premium Chromebooks, it is a really enjoyable device to use despite its overkill spec sheet. And let's talk about what's great and not after having used for a week as my daily driver. We've added a whole lot of things to good deals by KLGG, such as bags, smart locks, audio gear, and more. Shop now and check out with Atomi, and IOU pay 0% installment from 50 ringgit and get 10 ringgit off your first purchase with minimum 100 ringgit spend. Visit Good Deals by KLGG in the link below. I have come across several ASUS Chromebook Flip models and have been a fan of their build quality. The CX5400 here fortunately doesn't disappoint in that aspect, as it feels way more premium than ASUS's mainstream ZenBooks with a strong magnesium alloy build and a solid 180-degree hinge mechanism. There are polished chamfers around the edges that could attract scratches, which you will need to take good care of it to keep it shiny. It weighs 1.4 kilograms, which is pretty reasonable for a 14-inch device, but feels a little heavy to be used as a tablet. Port selection isn't great, but reasonable for such a sleek device. You get USB-C ports with Thunderbolt 4 support on each side, a full-size USB 3.2 Gen 1, and a micro SD card reader for storage expansion. And speaking of expansion, the Chromebook's NVMe storage is user upgradable, as you will only need to unscrew a couple of Phillips screws at the base, then run Google's Chrome OS recovery once you perform a storage upgrade. As you can see the internals right here, there are no moving parts at all, and it uses a passive copper cooling system. It is very impressive considering that this Chromebook is equipped with an Intel Core i5-1130 G7 CPU, which usually requires an active fan cooling system on Windows powered systems. And even when I tried pushing it really hard with lots of browser tabs open, there are no signs of performance throttling and the base remains reasonably warm. Now, I'm a little disappointed that ASUS didn't include an OLED panel just like it did with the ZenBooks and VivoBooks. Of course, I'm not suggesting that this is a bad panel, as it still produces accurate and decent colors. But competitors like Samsung has been offering AMOLED panels on its premium Chromebooks of the same price range for a while already. And it would make this device a more compelling choice if ASUS has done that. The webcam quality of the CX5400 is kind of average but better than most Windows laptops out there, and it also comes with a physical privacy shutter whenever you need it, and that's actually a great thing. It comes with a physical privacy shutter, and that's actually a great thing for most people. The CX5400 comes with a battery-powered active stylus that works fine if you need it for casual scribbles and doodles, but isn't something I would recommend for professional art, as it isn't pressure sensitive. The CX5400 has side-firing stereo speakers that I think is a great position, but sound quality is rather average as it lacks warmth and bass. It works fine for casual music listening, and I wouldn't recommend it for movies. So over the past week, I've done most of my productivity work on the CX5400, and I have to say that I really love the keyboard typing experience, as it has really good key travel and doesn't sound noisy. However, I dislike the trackpad, as it doesn't respond to my scrolling gestures well, let alone accurate tracking precision. It is one thing that shouldn't happen on a device that's made for web browsing. Also, the CX5400's battery life isn't great, as it merely lasted me 6 hours on a single charge. This falls behind some other mid-range laptops I've tested and isn't a good thing for a premium Chromebook. The ASUS Chromebook Flip CX5400 is a decent Chromebook at the end of the day, but a hard recommendation. Such hardware would definitely do better if it runs on Windows, and Chrome OS really limits its potential. But nonetheless, this is a really good performing Chromebook if most of your workflow resides in a web browser and you don't want to deal with the complexity of Windows. But ultimately, I think this Chromebook doesn't deserve its $1,000 price tag, and you could probably pick one up if ASUS lowers the price someday. So that's pretty much about my thoughts on the ASUS Chromebook Flip CX5400. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below, and be sure to give us a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more tech videos coming right up, and I will see you guys in our next video.